Are you a life coach looking to make money with your life coaching practice and actually sign up customers who pay you money, but you're having trouble for whatever reason actually getting paying customers? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over with you exactly how one of our clients made $19,000 in just under 12 days without having to do one single one-on-one console call or one-on-one sales call or one-on-one whatever call that you want to call it to sign up any new clients. They were able to sign up a lot of these clients in actually under 2 minutes. We're going to talk about how they did that in this video.
We all win when we all win. We all win when we all win.
Hey there, my friend. I'm Super Sid, the marketing shaman, and I help life coaches and healers make their first or next 100K with profitable presentations. And in today's video, we're actually going to go over how do you make a lot of money really fast as a life coach and help a lot of people at the same time. See, I think a lot of the life coaching industry is all around doing one-on-one consult calls, all around doing one-on-one whatever calls. Really what comes back down to doing one-on-one, not discovery, not, consult, but one-on-one sales calls to sign up their clients. The truth of the matter is, especially with, the way the world has been going after the past few years, is a lot of people are actually able to figure out how they can sign up multiple clients at once using things like online workshops and online events, and specifically how they can not only just sign up a lot of people once, but how they can keep all of their products out in front of people, not just one product, all the time, which keeps their products available, which keeps their products in front of people's eyeballs, and guess what? Which usually means they make a lot more sales in the process, ultimately being one of the biggest reasons why, this client made $19,000, or just over $19,000 in under 12 days following this process that I'm gonna go over with you here in this video. Let's rock and roll. All right, so the first thing we needed to do before we even decided that we wanted to sign up a single person was that we needed to identify a niche and a problem within that niche that we had a solution or possibly already have a solution for that we can solve. So what we really want to do, a lot of people get really hung up when they're picking their niche, especially as life coaches. We want to understand that our niche is going to come from three main markets, either health, wealth, or relationships. And I have a whole other video talking about how you can find your niche. You can just scroll down through here on my YouTube channel and watch. I go through my entire training on how to actually pitch, find your niche and actually get your niche, identify your problem, make your offer. So you can just click on that video on my channel and make sure to watch that. But anyway, so what we do is we want to make sure that we find our niche. But then within our niche, we want to make sure that, we find the niche, but what's the problem that is in that niche? And then once we identify the problem, we then want to start looking at the desires that the prospects who have that problem are going to have. What's the surface desire, what they see right now, but what's actually the core desire that surface desire is going to help them gain, right? So maybe the surface desire is they want to make their first or next 6 figures as a life coach and healer, which is why you're at this video. But their core desire is that 6 figure is going to help them do what? Right? That's the core desire. Maybe it gives them more time with their family. Maybe it lets them actually be full-time in their life coaching business so they don't have to have 2 jobs or another job working for somebody else. Maybe it gives them more time with their family. Maybe it lets them live that entrepreneurial lifestyle they always dreamed of. Whatever it is, right? That surface desire of getting them to make their first or next 100K as a life coach and healer is then helping them get to that core desire that they actually really want. So being able to really understand the problems that we solve, but really even digging deeper and understanding the core desires that we're helping the prospects who we help solve those problems for obtain, that's going to help us not only talk to the people that we want to talk to a lot more, but create a lot more engaging messages around, what it is that we're wanting to promote and around the problem that we're solving. Now, the next thing that we did, which is a thing I think gets skipped over a lot, because I think that people just put a lot of I'm going to do this, right? And then time comes up to do it and they don't do it and they wonder why. And the next thing that I really like to tell our clients to do, but specifically that we did, when we did this, was that we picked a date and we told people about it. We told our family, we told our clients, we told our prospects that we were going to run it, and we got them to go ahead and sign up for it, people that already knew us. And the thing was, when we picked a date and we told people we were going to do it, we actually had to show up. It made it a lot harder for us not to show up. Right? Because we're not in some cave thinking about doing it, and then if something happens or we get too scared, we just run away from it or procrastinate and decide we're going to do it 2 weeks later. We actually told people that we were going to do it, gave it a date, gave it a time, and guess what? We had to show up with our word, and because we made that date, we actually showed up and put on a good show. All right, so we picked a date, right? And we know exactly, what we're going to do. Before I go into the next piece of exactly how you can start inviting people, right, to these events, to these online events where you can help a lot of people who have the same problem at once and get a lot of them to sign up with you, right? I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out new and exciting videos every single day showing life coaches and healers how they can make their first or next 100K with profitable presentations. Make sure to click this button below and subscribe. All right, so the next thing that we did is we started letting people know, right, who already knew us through the distribution channels that we had, that we had picked a date and that we were going to solve a problem with a specific type of event. So we decided for this one that we were going to run a workshop. So a workshop is where you're going to go and you're going to work through problems. You're not going to sit there and talk for 90 minutes. You're usually going to have it broken down into a few different sections, and then within those sections, they're going to work through worksheets or work through problems themselves with you, asking questions so that you can help them get to a common goal. We decided that we wanted to run a workshop and we had picked a date. So the next thing that we did is we started telling people about the date. So we looked at the distribution channels that we had. What social media platforms were we on that we could start publishing on, right? What do we have anybody on our email list that we can send out to people, right? What are those different distribution channels? And there's so many different distribution channels out there. In fact, I did a video on 10 completely free distribution channels and 10 completely free ways that you can go out there and market yourself on social media as a life coach. I have a whole video on that. So you can just go pick a few of those and you should, start getting eyeballs on you very quickly. But one of the things that we need to do is let's go ahead and let's look at basically what is the noise and what are the different types of distribution channels that we have to create that noise, to deliver that noise to the people who already know us. So we want to go ahead and we want to then set a date, create the workshop, create all the stuff we need for that workshop, identify the problem that we're going to solve, and then let people know who already know us that we are going to be helping people solve this problem. There's a good chance they probably have this problem to begin with if they're on your list. So then they have an opportunity to go ahead and start getting signed up and ultimately start showing up to your show. Now here's a secret. Here's a secret to how you can start making money well before the show even begins. Now, after someone decides they want to come to your show, that also obviously shows a behavior, shows an interest, shows them being interested in what, you showing your solution to the problem that they might have. So what we want to do is, since they showed us that they were interested in coming to this workshop, whether it's free or a low ticket paid workshop, whatever it is, we then can offer them a low ticket, product behind it. So what we did for this workshop was we actually offered a $97 product behind it. We had 169 people that came to this workshop, people that already were interested in wanting to come to the workshop to learn about the problem and the solution that we had to solve for that problem. But the thing is that there were already people who were so infuriated around this problem, they wanted help, and they wanted help right now. They didn't want to wait for that live workshop or that workshop we were going to run. So when we offered them, our pack for $97, which was basically an informational course that was helping them get more confidence around the problem that we had, right? We had like 12, 13 people that bought that the week leading up to the workshop. Now, we only sold it for $97, and yes, we were liquidating something, so selling something that we already had at a very low price, but we took money off the table. The truth is there is probably already cash on the table. And when you find people are already interested in or around a problem, just put something in front of them, put an offer in front of them, like maybe one of those low ticket offers that you have when you designed your business, right? And you have maybe one of those courses that sit around that $100, $200, maybe even $500 level. We usually want to keep this around that $300 level if we can, but basically something that you can then upsell to them after they decide to go ahead and register for your workshop. This is going to help you start to take money off of the table, start making money well before the workshop even begins, and create you and make you a success story with your profitable presentation that you're about to run through simply just making a small time offer, making a low ticket offer to people who are interested in coming to the workshop in the first place. All right, so now we've invited all these people to come to the workshop, and we probably have a list of people who are coming to the workshop, and we got them grouped in some matter. Maybe they're in a Facebook group, maybe they're all coming to a Zoom call, maybe you got them in some other social media group. There's like one opening up, it seems like every week now. But whatever it is, you got everything ready. Now it's the day of the show. So the big thing on the day of the show is that we get people that actually come to the workshop. So it doesn't matter if you're running a profitable event or a profitable presentation or whatever type of online event. It's kind of like running a party, right? Think of like when you're in high school, and if you ever ran a party in high school. I never did, but can imagine that maybe I did, right? And like you're running a party in high school. The day of the party, what's happening, right? People are talking about going to the party. People are getting reminded that they need to show up to the party at this date. That party that people can show up to has a date, a time, all of that stuff. And your job, or our job the day of, is that we want to make sure we're communicating to the people who opted in to come to this party. The party's happening today, right? It's happening at this time, and we want to make sure that you show up. So we usually will send a series of emails, and we usually also send a series of other messages through other distribution channels that we have them on, letting them know, where the party's at, what's happening that day, when it's going to happen, what's going to happen, all this stuff, and getting them, really build pressure and noise about making sure that they show up, because at the end of the day, if they don't come, it doesn't matter how good it is, they're never going to see it, and they're never going to see your offer to begin with. All right, so you get people that come to the show, and now you're going to offer the show. Now, what's going to happen at the show? Well, you're going to help people with the problem. You're going to work through a presentation, but you're going to use this show. You're going to use this profitable presentation, this workshop, this event, right, as a springboard to springboard people into a new offer, or to an offer that you are now making available, right? I think a lot of life coaches, they want to leave their offers open all the time, but the truth is if you can open and close that cart, right, you can at least build some pressure and noise, even if it's just every couple of weeks. You can build some pressure and noise, just letting people know that if they want to buy it, they need to buy it now. They can't just buy it anytime they want, right? So by making the cart then open, you're going to be able to springboard people into that offer that is going to help them more with the problem that you just solved. So we want to make sure that we then create an offer. Now, again, when we're creating the packages, creating the offers, it's not just a product. It's not one-on-one time with you. We want to make sure that we are answering all around and creating an actual offer, not a product, not a vertical product, but an offer that is answering to the internal, the external, and giving them a reason to act now, right? The internal objections, the external objections, and giving them a reason to act now. I have other videos, goes over offers, goes over how to create your offers on my channel. So make sure that you watch those videos, that you go to my channel, watch those videos, and discover how you can create your absolutely most perfect, irresistible offer and life coaching package so that you can sign up so many people with it. Just go find that video on my channel and go watch it. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we create this offer and that we then present, right, this offer at the end of our workshop, at the end of our show, at the end of our presentation, so that we can then guide those people who are at that show toward our sales funnel, toward our website, toward our order form, toward the place where they can pay us to get help with that problem, with the solution that we're going to provide to them and made an offer to provide to them at that workshop. All right, so you're in the workshop, and you obviously, a lot of people ask, well, you talked about open and close, just maybe a minute or so ago. How long do I keep the cart open? We typically like to run our workshops and then keep the cart open for 4 days. Could I say there's really any rhyme or reason behind this? No, but it's usually it's kind of like marketing law, right? It's kind of one of those things that's always been done, it's always worked, and you just sort of do it because it works, right? But there's also one of those things, like I actually learned the 4-day, kind of what's classified as the 4-day cash machine from originally one of my mentors, Frank Kern, who's made hundreds of millions of dollars online, hundreds of millions of dollars running events, online as a digital marketer. But really what he classifies as his 4-day deadline sequence or 4-day countdown, cash campaign or 4-day countdown campaign, whatever you want to call it, right? But basically what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to set a deadline and basically have a date and a time where this offer is going to close. And then what you want to do from there is that then you really want to have that offer closed. That means if someone shows up a day late, they can't purchase it. The offer's gone. This is going to teach them that if they want to buy something, they need to buy it within those parameters. So what we're going to do is we're going to have that card open, and then we're just going to, basically communicate with those people, right? Maybe in the Facebook group, maybe through email, maybe, both. We like to do it in all those ways, but just promote it to the people who signed up to come. Hey, you have a replay available for a couple of days, and then it goes down forever. And you could also have an offer available, which is giving you X, Y, and Z for a ridiculous price. And if you take action now, you can get X, Y, and Z. So we want to make sure that we're promoting the offer for 4 days after leaving that card open, giving people who maybe couldn't make the live event for whatever reason. There's tons of reasons why people can't make our live event, let alone live sporting events, right? Live religious events, live TV shows, live movie premieres, whatever it might be. But they stay in theaters, right? They show the sports replay, whatever it might be, and then people then go and watch that. So we want to make sure there's a lot of value in those replays. So we want to make sure that we leave that replay up for usually a couple of days, giving people the opportunity to watch it, and the main thing, have the opportunity to see the offer that we're springboarding them into. All right, so here's the last piece, and this was really like something that happens a lot when you're running these presentations and you're doing them on a consistent basis. We talk about campaign stacking a lot, in regards to how you stack campaigns over and over and over again to keep that momentum going. But ultimately what really happened when you do that, or what happens when you even just say that you're going to run a workshop and you start getting a lot of attention pointed your way, is a lot of people that maybe talked to you in the past or saw you in the past or knew they needed to make a decision is then possibly going to have that opportunity to make a decision. So what happened here when this client actually made $19,000 is they had made roughly around $8,000 from the workshop. I forget exactly what the number was from the workshop. And then on the second day after the workshop was over, they had someone that came to the workshop. The reason they didn't sign up for the workshop, for the offer at the workshop, for what we were selling at $1,000, was ultimately because they realized that they wanted help at a more higher level. They understood that the $1,000 thing was good, but what they wanted was they needed that one-on-one time. They needed that intimate time with the person. They wanted to be able not just to get the problem solved and have the solution, but they wanted it done the fastest way possible. AKA where my client came in and helped them with one-on-one time, one-on-one sessions to get over, right, the problem that they had. So they had reached out. So basically what had happened is they had reached out, right, to my client. Like it was like 28, 29 hours after the workshop had ended. We're still bringing in sales. And it wasn't even a sales call that was needed. It was, I watched your show. I know I need this, but I want to work with you one-on-one. How much does it cost? They told them how much it cost. They asked them for an order form, and within 30 minutes, hour, they had the order form back, had the credit card number, and had signed up a $12,000 private client for their life coaching business, all because they ran a workshop. If they hadn't ran that workshop, that person hadn't seen them, they then would have never been able to sign up that one-on-one client and sign a very high-ticket client at $12,000 for their life coaching business if they had never done that workshop. So the moral of the story of this is stay in the marketplace, stay fixing problems, get away from that one-on-one model, because it really pigeonholes you into kind of being in a cave and people can't see you when you're doing workshops, when you're loud. Even if you're an introvert, it doesn't mean that you can't put on an amazing workshop, an amazing show. In fact, since it's virtual, you kind of get to build your own world and invite people into your own world. It's why introverts kind of have a massive advantage in the marketplace today. But the truth is like you really just want to make sure that you're going out there, you're consistently in the marketplace, and you're consistently helping people in that marketplace with the problems that they have. This is going to create more impact with you as a life coach, help you be more sought after, and help a lot more people see you, see how you help people, and ultimately want to sign up with you to start getting that help. Just like they did with my client who signed up $19,000 worth of new business in just under 12 days. And in this video, what we just went over is exactly how they did it. And I'm confident that if you follow the same steps that we did, right? And also get your free copy of the 100K Life Coach Launch Guide, which goes over in some more a little bit detail of how we did it. I'm confident that you can go out there and take some cash right off that table for your life coaching business as well. Are you a life coach or healer who's looking to make your first or next 100K in the next year? Well, then I got a free gift for you called my 100K Life Coach Launch Guide. And specifically in this 100K Life Coach Launch Guide, you're going to get a 22-page guide that's going to walk you through the 3 steps that we just talked about in this video. And it's going to show you exactly in a little bit more depth, right, how this client followed this simple process, right, and made their first or next 6 figures in their life coaching business. There's a link down here in the description where you can grab your free copy of the 100K Life Coach Launch Guide right now. And don't forget, we all win when we all win. I choose to win today, and I hope you choose to win by clicking on that link below and grabbing your free copy of the 100K Life Coach Launch Guide right now. We'll see you in the next video.